Hey everyone, we are here at SHOT Show 2020, and once again with the YHM booth, although this is probably the only one you're seeing because I did not hit record on my little recorder last time, so Chris was gracious enough to let me come crawling back and do another video with these guys. But just a quick introduction. I've done videos with YHM at SHOT Show before, and it was back when they originally released the the Turbo, which was super exciting at the time. I am now currently waiting on a Turbo K, which is in NFA Purgatory, but I have gotten to play with it because I work at the store it's in Purgatory at. But you guys have made a couple changes to the line as a whole, as well as adding some new products as well. So I guess kind of going back to the original thing we talked about with the regular Turbo, what are some changes you've made with it's the T2 now, correct?
Yeah, so all of our Centerfire rifle lineup now features improvements that we made to originally the TK, the Turbo K. So they all incorporate now the 1 3/8 thread at the rear to accommodate different mounting systems. So now you can choose between our Phantom quick disconnect system or a half 28 or 5H24, half 36, etc., direct thread mount.
Awesome.
We also are in production of a 3-lug mount.
Okay.
And in production of a Nielsen booster. Now that might sound kind of weird, knowing our current lineup, but it'll make more sense as I explain it.
As we get some more into here. So again, making the Turbo have the same usability with QD and direct thread as the Turbo K, and then kind of changing some of the end cap here. So what's up with the end caps on these?
Same thing across our entire Centerfire rifle lineup. The end caps have been updated. Some of it is aesthetic, some of it just helps you get a better grip if you're taking it on or off. But the really important takeaway is these 3 ports on the front. Those help to drastically reduce the amount of flash that comes out of the end of the weapon.
Awesome.
We never really had that issue on the full-size cans, but when we started going shorter and shorter and shorter with the K versions, we kind of looked at it and said, you know, this is underperforming in this area, how can we improve it? And this was the solution there.
Awesome. And especially, so the way I first learned about the Turbo K was I'd seen a review where someone was like, it's hearing safe on a 10.5-inch barrel, which I don't know if that's something you guys claim as a company, but there are people who made that claim, and I'm like, okay, I've shot 5.56, 10.5 with suppressed before. It takes the edge off maybe, but it'll make your ears ring. And I've mostly been running it on either my 16-inch AR or my 11.5-inch AR. And while I'm not going to say it's hearing safe, if I had to crank off 2 or 3 rounds without hearing protection, especially outdoors, my ears were not ringing. And obviously, if you're going to do any amount of shooting, wear hearing protection. But I was amazed with the performance of a shorter can at I don't know what MSRP is, but retail about $350. So I'm already in love with that. But you guys are really well known for your Resonator 30 cal cans as well, and you've made some changes to that line too, right? So what's going on with the Resonator?
So the Resonator got the same update with the muzzle cap and the 1 3/8 mounting threads. And we've also just introduced our Resonator K. So obviously highly anticipated. One of the first questions we got when we introduced the Turbo K was, where's the 30 caliber version?
Sure.
Here it is. And these, just about 2-3 weeks ago, started shipping out to dealers. So they're out in the marketplace now.
Awesome. And so, you know, for a lot of guys, granted the Resonator itself was not a super heavy can for the amount of internal volume it had.
Yeah, with the quick disconnect system, it's just under 16 ounces, I believe.
Yeah, so really not that bad. But for guys who are running like dedicated 300 blackout guns, where you don't need that much suppression, having something shorter and smaller is never a bad thing. And this is still rated all the way up to 308 and even Magnum caliber.
Yeah, 308, 300 Win Mag, Rum, and full auto too. You know, it's got the same capabilities as the full-size Resonator, it's just smaller.
Awesome. But you guys are now also doing this 9mm can too. So what is this? Is the Nitro?
So this is our Nitro N2O.
Okay.
The original Nitro was a user customizable 30 caliber suppressor. Okay. This retains the user customization. You can change out muzzle caps as well as rear caps. It incorporates the same 1 3/8 thread as the rest of our lineup. But now this has a 9mm bore. So not only can you shoot 9mm, but you can shoot 5.56, 300 blackout, subs, and supers. 308 Winchester full power.
So that, especially, so when he first showed me the Nitro, I was like, okay, so what? Subsonic 300 blackout. He's like, and super, and 5.56, and 308. I'm like, oh, okay, okay. You had my interest. Now you have my attention, because there's a lot of 9mm cans out there that'll do subsonic 300 blackout too. I don't know of too many, like again, of the 9mm stuff that will also do a lot of that supersonic, higher pressure stuff as well, and modular, so you can make it longer or shorter.
Yep. Basically, you're getting 2 cans in one here. You got the little module at the end that you can unscrew, move your muzzle cap to the short main body, and basically you have a K can and a full-size can now.
Oh, that's awesome. And just roughly, do you know what these are going to come to market at?
These MSRP at $12.49.
Okay.
It's 100% titanium construction.
Yeah.
So they're rated for limited full auto use. It doesn't have the Inconel that some of our, steel and Inconel machine gun cans do.
Sure.
But it's not designed to be a machine gun can.
Right. Well, and so my whole thing, so at the store I work at, we get a lot of first-time suppressor buyers, and they're always looking for, okay, well, tell me what can I should get. And it's not an easy answer. It's well, what are you using it for? And
it's like saying, what kind of car should I buy?
Right, exactly. And the longer you're in the industry, the more that question makes less and less sense. But what I tell people is, if you go with a reputable manufacturer like Yankee Hill, you're not going to get a bad suppressor. You're going to be happy with it. It's just what one has the features you're looking for. And if you're looking for a lightweight titanium modular 9mm can that will also do the intermediate and some of the larger caliber 30 cal stuff, I don't know of much else on the market kind of fitting that niche right there. So again, you guys have kind of renovated your whole line, kind of refreshed everything, which I'm stuck with an old Turbo K. I don't get the new fancy end cap. And just out of curiosity, because I know people might ask, if people do have one of the older turbos or Turbo Ks, are you guys doing any can they send that in and get the upgrades, so to speak?
We don't have anything in place to do that. We are exploring the ability to add the new style end cap.
Okay.
We wouldn't be able to alter the blast chamber because we would have to do something to the serial number. Obviously, that's
a no-go.
That's a no-go. But we're looking to see if we can update the muzzle cap. But we don't have anything available at this time.
Okay.
That's the short answer.
Sure. Now, before I forget, is this the other 9mm can you guys have?
Yes. So not only do we have our do everything can here in titanium, but we also have a budget offering. This is our R9. So basically, it's kind of the combination of the Resonator K and the Nitro N2O. So 9mm bore, Resonator K sized, all stainless steel construction in this case. Different number and style of baffles that are specifically tuned to 9mm. It'll still take the same caliber range as the N2O in the size package of the Resonator K. So you can shoot 9mm, blackout, subs and supers, 5.56, full power 308. But this MSRP is only $449.
Yeah, and so that's one of the things that I love about YHM. So again, when you heard the price of the Nitro, maybe you were like, well, that's a lot, but again, we're dealing with titanium and a lot of modularity here. So if you're just looking for a more basic 9mm can that's heavier materials, but still for the size, makes it nice and reasonable. Man, $449. So that means retail or street price is probably going to be, I had to guess, maybe around $4-ish.
Yeah, I'd say well under $4.
Yeah, knowing the companies that usually sell this stuff, again, I paid $350 for my Turbo K. It's just amazing performance at the value. Again, like I said, when someone said how great the Turbo K was, I looked at the price. I thought, okay, we'll see. Then I heard it a couple more times from a couple more people who I very much trust their opinion. I was like, screw it, man. $350 can with tax type and everything under $600. I'm going to roll the dice on it, and I'm very, very happy that I did. Obviously, I'm going to be doing much more talking about that specific can once my tax stamp, my Form 4 clears. But again, I have been able to play with it since I work at the store that it's in jail at. But if you guys aren't looking at YHM, you really need to. And again, we've kind of just scratched the surface of the different stuff you guys do. You have like dedicated 22 cans and stuff like that.
Yeah, we could really get into the weeds, because we're not just a suppressor manufacturer either.
Right.
We make AR-15 parts, accessories, complete guns, bolt-action chassis and components and complete bolt-action pistols. Yeah. We got our hands on a lot of different pots.
Right. So again, we're just barely scratching the surface. And before I forget, one of the cool things, thinking of the muzzle devices, one thing I like about their quick disconnect mount is the ratcheting mechanism is on the muzzle device.
Yeah.
So if it wears out, you're not having to send your NFA regulated item in for servicing. You just get a new muzzle device for way, way cheaper.
Yeah, there are no moving components on the suppressor at all. No springs, latches, clips, covers, nothing. It's all on the mount.
Yep. And now, granted, if you read the manual, you know, you might want to rock set the suppressor to the quick disconnect if that's the way you're going to run it. I can say from the amount of shooting I've done, the part that ratchets onto the muzzle device has never, ever even thought about working its way loose. Yep. If anything, it's just the mount between these two. But again, if you know you're going to do that, just rock set it, and that kind of eliminates that problem. So since we've scratched the surface, if people wanted to see more of your product lineup, whether it be suppressors, accessories, chassis, where can they get that information from? So
they can look at everything we talked about today and more, much, much more, all at YHM.net.
Awesome. So I'm going to have links to that probably on screen since YouTube has fun policies. But the information's out there. Again, there's a lot of reviews already of their suppressors. And again, I'm going to be doing a lot more videos with the Turbo K once my tax stamp clears. But I am very, very happy with that. Chris, thanks very much for your time a second time here at SHOT Show. Hopefully next year things go a little bit smoother, but we'll see. So we're going to be doing a lot more coverage of SHOT Show 2020, so definitely stay tuned for that. But as always, I hope you got something out of this video, and I really appreciate you watching.